On from Advance Auto Parts, Monster Jam is back for 3 huge shows. January 4th and 5th, Wells Fargo Arena.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, honey.
Hey, where are you guys?
I got stuck at work. I can't pick him up from practice.
You promised.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll go get him.
Okay.
I love... She hung up on me. Just a little something.
Find some of the best values of the year at the Lexus December to Remember sales event, now through January 2nd at Betts Lexus Des Moines.
Get stoked for the Des Moines Winter Games, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
The Ravens have won every quarter as we go to the 4th. A 27-7 lead for the Ravens. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms as we are bringing the regular season to a close today. Of course, later tonight, Tennessee and Indianapolis, and the Titans will try to grab the final playoff berth. If they win,
I like their chances.
Yeah, though, if they win, of course, it certainly looks like they'd be heading to San Diego, given the current status of these 2 games. A loss would send Cleveland out west next week. But it's going to be apparently Jacksonville at Pittsburgh for the 2nd time in a 3-week span.
Ball start, 73 offense, 5 yards. It's still 2nd down.
Well, I will say this about the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's the positive? They saw Jacksonville a few weeks ago. They got beat. So they got some information. You got to be mad about that. And I don't care who you're wrestling today. You got to be mad about this. So if they're not an angry football team next week, it ain't meant to be. Even though you've rested key players, you got to play better than this.
On 2nd down, the draw, Russell. Almost down. He got away from Bart Scott, who hit him low and spun out of it for another couple of yards.
And the Tennessee Titans, Jim, just playing Indianapolis Colts. People keep saying Peyton Manning's going to play a half and Marvin Harris. History tells you, I'm shocked that Peyton's playing, but if he is, he's going to go in there and going to get a few passes. Charlie Casserly talked about it on the pregame show. I forgot how many yards Peyton Manning needs for 4,000.
Like 55 yards.
Yeah, once he gets it, see ya.
A 3rd and 11. If Pittsburgh's going to make any late noise, they need to start it right now. And pass is short. Oh, I thought it one hopped. They're going to give it as a catch.
What a catch.
Holmes. It says 1st down for 12.
Well, our official in the booth, Tommy Spencer, says no, it's incomplete. The nose of the football looks like it might have hit the ground.
They've already got the challenge flag out.
Well, Brian Billick doesn't even need to see a 2nd replay.
I think he'll win this challenge.
Baltimore's challenge a ruling on the field of a completed pass.
Jerry Austin will take another look at it. Will it be a 1st down or 4th down for Pittsburgh?
Hurry to get the best deals at your Chrysler dealer during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Chrysler vehicles, like the new Chrysler Aspen.
And make no payments till summer on all Chrysler vehicles, including the all-new Town & Country. And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Chrysler Sebring.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Chrysler's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hurry to save your Chrysler dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 3 days.
In college, I wanted to be an architect. But after my father had a heart attack, I devoted my life to studying the heart.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
Now I trust my heart to Lipitor. Adding Lipitor lowers bad cholesterol 39 to 60% when diet and exercise aren't enough. And Lipitor does more. Unlike Crestor, Vytorin, and Zetia, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease.
Ready, Dad?
Yeah. And Lipitor is one of the most researched medicines. I'm glad I take Lipitor as a doctor and a dad. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Don't wait. Ask your doctor.
There's a town by the Rio Grande. It's called Lonesome Dove.
Governor, somebody's got to fight the Indians.
You're two of the best the state's got.
We're the fighters, Woodrow.
Comanche, they're on it!
Hey, cover, man! Get it right for!
Comanche Moon premieres CBS Sunday, January 13th.
And Holmes trying to get his hands underneath this one, but watch.
You can see the football. Because it's on the white line, I could tell. I got up close.
The ball hit the ground.
It bounces.
It'll be fourth down at the 42-yard line. Reset the game clock to 14-16. 14-16 on the game clock.
They will not go for it. They're bringing out Sepulveda on 4th and 11 from the 42.
Jim, I thought they might go for it here and make their last stand going. We got to score this time to have any chance of victory. Mike Tomlin says, no, I'm going to play the game in its natural course and see if they can overcome.
Sepulveda with only 2 touchbacks on the whole season. Fewest in the league. So he's not going to burn you many times when he's trying to pooch it. That's Ed Reed waving for the fair catch. Secures it at the 12. Got the job done with the 30-yard pooch punt. Baltimore with the ball.
When sinus pressure from a cold or allergies start to build, all you want is relief. Relief from sinus pressure, from feeling so stuffed up, so congested. You might just blow. That's why there's Sudafed PE. The medicine in Sudafed PE is clinically shown to relieve nasal congestion fast. Sudafed PE. Get your head back where it belongs. And for relief of your cold symptoms, try Sudafed PE Severe Cold.
See what everyone's talking about at your local Chrysler dealer. The all-new Town & Country. Chrysler, engineered beautifully.
Isn't there a faster way you can do this? No.
Doing things faster means waiting less. And with Sprint, you'll wait less to make calls with unlimited calling starting at 7 p.m. instead of 9. For more ways to wait less, go to waitless.org. Now get the Moto Razr V3M for only $49.99 from Sprint.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint, proud sponsors and avid fans of the NFL. Sudafed PE relieves the stuffed-up feeling of nasal congestion in minutes. And by Chrysler, the way our vehicles come together is what sets us apart. Chrysler, engineered beautifully.
We're back with the Ravens. 20 in front and with the ball. 14 minutes left. They've had the momentum since the opening kick. They recovered a Pittsburgh fumble on that opening kickoff, and there's a short game for a couple of yards. The offensive coordinator for the Ravens has a new job. Talking about Rick Neuheisel. There he is. Former Golden Boy out of UCLA is going back home to coach the Bruins.
Yeah, that's right. Alumni. Played out there. That's always big when you hire a coach. MVP of the Rose Bowl during his playing career. And at the University of Washington, he won as a coach. And, well, you're right. Look at the Golden Boy. What a good choice by UCLA, bringing him back. He's won at 2 places, major college programs. You know he's going to be a good recruiter.
His quarterback hits Mason. First down. 14 yards. Yeah, you said it. He won a Rose Bowl as a player and was an MVP, and won as a coach the Rose Bowl for Washington. And he's going back to UCLA, and he is thrilled.
Yeah, he should be thrilled. You know, he was 1-1 against Pete Carroll when he was out there at Washington against USC. And I know he made some mistakes in the past. I'm sure he's learned from them. And what an opportunity out at UCLA and take the knowledge that he has gained in the pro football game and take it back to college. That's going to be big for him, too.
From the 29 on first down, Smith down the field and just over the reach of Darling. We have an update. Let's go back to you, James Brown.
Hey, Jim and Phil, Jamarcus Russell has been showing flashes of brilliance as to why he's the #1 pick. Here, hooking up with Jerry Porter, a 31-yard bullet there. Second touchdown toss of Russell's young career, narrowing the gap with San Diego to 7, 24-17 Chargers. Back to Jim and Phil.
All right, so the Raiders and Jamarcus Russell, after being picked on his first throw of the game, has rebounded strongly.
Yeah, good for him.
San Diego had that thrilling overtime comeback win against Tennessee. A big 2-touchdown deficit in the fourth quarter on the road. Came back, beat them in OT earlier in this month, and they could be facing the Titans next week out in San Diego if the Titans win tonight. And if things hold up here between the Chargers and the Raiders.
You remember that game? We were up in New England getting ready to do a game. I'm watching the Chargers play at Tennessee, and I told you, I can't watch it anymore. It's an awful game. They're playing terrible. Then all of a sudden we're doing it, and the Chargers, it's in overtime. My gosh, they came back. So that's why you always got to play it to the end or watch it to the end. You never know. Dick LeBeau, defensive coordinator, been a little angry today at his defense, and he should be.
His defense needs to make a play on 3rd and 8. Pump fake and a toss. What a catch. Ike Taylor looked like he had designs on making the pick, and then suddenly the ball was brought down for the catch by Mason for the first down, 13 yards.
Unbelievable. Ike Taylor, you talked about it, not making the catches or the interceptions when it's there, and what a throw by Troy Smith. Yes, it's complete, it's right on target, but don't try too many of those in your career.
Those can come back and launch you, huh?
Yeah, that was when it was in the air. I said, oh, that's intercepted. But good adjustment to the ball by the receiver and bad by Ike Taylor.
And driving in the pile for a couple yards is Corey Ross. Now, we talked about your little forecast, Phil, on the Patriots. Tony Dungy and the Colts all season long, playing, in the shadows of the Patriots.
Oh, they absolutely are. When you look at the Indianapolis Colts, think about the Colts. You said it under the radar. They had a 10-point lead on the Patriots. They lost a miracle to the San Diego Chargers. Otherwise, we might be going the greatest team ever.
Yeah,
we might be saying all that. What we're saying about New England, we might be saying about the Indianapolis Colts.
They had that 10-point lead with 9 minutes to play on the Patriots without Harrison, without Tony Hugo, their left tackle. And they're all expected to be back come playoff time. Now, your forecast for the Colts and the postseason.
Yeah, I think we brought up the first point, Jim. They're not front page news. That's absolutely a fact. People have forgotten about them. Peyton Manning, Tony Dungy, they are fierce competitors. Don't let their attitudes, don't think any differently. Health, major concern. Marvin Harrison going to play a little today or warm up like he's going to play, but offensive line and linebackers, get them healthy. They are a big-time opponent for anybody that plays them, and they're a big-time opponent if they get there, both of them, for the New England Patriots.
Looks like they may not have beaten the play clock here. Yep, delay a game.
Offense, 5 yards, it's still 3rd down.
If they play in that AFC Championship game, Colts-Patriots would be January 20th at Foxborough. And everybody's got it as a foregone conclusion at New England now because it's 16-0 is going to run through the playoffs. I'm sure Belichick will be reminding all of his players that this season will be a lost season as great as the regular season. If we don't win the whole thing now, all this pressure of trying to now back that up.
And as good as the Patriots have separated themselves news-wise from the NFL, the AFC, I think, is very good, very powerful, and you can make a case for 3-4 easily going to the Super Bowl.
On 3rd down, Smith passed, caught but short by a couple of yards of the first.
Tell you what, Troy Smith,
Clayton with the catch.
What a difference. Just his mannerisms.
From week 1 to week 2 as a starter.
It is huge. Of course, he's at home, and they got a better game plan for him. It's redefined. He's got another week of practice under his belt. I can't. His heartbeat last week was probably about 150. This week, it's probably settled down to about 100. I really mean that, and it shows the way he's played. And there was Rick Neuheisel going, giving him a few coaching points as he came out the field.
Still
never stop coaching.
Don't end it.
Never stop coaching.
This one with some good hang time. Wilson, fair catch inside the 10. And inside 9 minutes to go. 41-yard punt.
And now another priceless pep talk from Peyton Manning.
How's it going? Social life in the dumps? I hear you. Maybe what you need is just a few new dance moves. Hey, Derek, show them what you got. I like it. Work it. All right, stop. Stop. That's enough. Seriously, you're going to hurt yourself.
And this has been another priceless pep talk from Peyton Manning. Go to priceless.com for a personalized pep talk you can send to a friend.
I don't think you're supposed to put coins in there.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, you can fly to over 60 destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99. Purchased by January 21st.
You are now free to move about the country.
Your king needs you.
In my world, the king's arm is expected to protect the kingdom, not just the castle.
On January 11th, he will fight for vengeance.
King called upon you to face death.
He will fight for love.
Tonight we dress our wounds.
He will fight.
Bury our dead.
To save all he knows.
Tomorrow we gouge evil from its shell.
In the name of the king. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday, January 11th.
The only show that asks the questions that have America talking.
What percentage of Americans think brunettes are smarter than blondes?
The hit game show, The Power of 10, is back.
What percentage of Americans have broken up with someone by saying, it's not you, it's me?
Drew Carey hosts. The Power of 10 returns Wednesday on CBS.
There you see the decorated left guard for the Steelers, Alan Faneca, Pro Bowler again, and he is not going to be in on this series. Chris Kemoyatu takes his place, and I think Tomlin's now starting to read, all of the permutations of what's going on out west. His team getting smashed here today, down 20. Making some changes here and not going to risk injury the rest of the way. Speaking of the Chargers, his team finally caught a little roll here. They had that big overtime win we mentioned earlier at Tennessee. After a real sluggish start to the season, they started to look like the San Diego team of a year ago.
Yeah, if you said, okay, give me one line, why are they playing better as a year late in the year? Offensive line. That's it. When your line plays well, offensive line, it just filters down through your whole football team. It helps the defense. Of course, it helps all the skill players.
2nd and 3, and with a good throw to Washington across the 40 for a first. So what about the Chargers, who will be hosting a wild card weekend game next weekend?
What have I liked about the San Diego Chargers? They are a big team when you see them. I think they've gotten angry. That's good. 14-2 is over with. The coach, they fought through the scrutiny of Norv Turner, and they got over it. The big question is, when you stop them up front, they got to throw it. Phillip Rivers gets pressure. Can he do it just with his arm?
Speaking of an arm, that's over the head of Santonio Holmes, with Ivy running right with him.
Yeah, Charlie Batts, I said to you as I was watching them more up today, it's amazing how quarterbacks, when you get together as a group, sometimes you start taking on the mannerisms of all the guys you go with. Charlie Batch has the rhythm. His rhythm as a thrower has gotten better as he's gotten older, and Ben Roethlisberger is a tremendous rhythm thrower, and they kind of mirror each other more now as you watch them play.
Charlie Batch, remember they had 10 days since their last game against the Rams, and he took that weekend before Christmas to go up to Detroit, where he still has a home.
Yeah.
And he finds Holmes, who breaks the tackle and will take it all the way for the touchdown. Santonio Holmes, 59 yards.
That was a really nice job by everybody. Of course, Santonio Holmes making the catch, getting the score, picking up the blitz, and Charlie Batch off balance, kind of sits back on his back foot, goes sidearm, nice flick of the football. And when you hit receivers at the right spot in rhythm, you give them a chance to get those extra yards after the catch.
He broke away from Martin and Bart Scott. I was about to say Charlie Batch was driving back to Pittsburgh last Sunday when he got a phone call.
Heard the Cleveland loss,
Had
right?
heard the Cleveland loss, which gave them the division. And he quickly deduced that he'd be playing a lot this week.
Yep, his mindset with the plan.
He said to himself, hey, get ready.
Get ready.
Well,
you know what? He's been ready. He's played. What a game by Charlie Batch. Good game by him.
Hurry to get the best deals at your Chrysler dealer during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Chrysler vehicles, like the new Chrysler Aspen.
And make no payments till summer on all Chrysler vehicles, including the all-new Town & Country. And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Chrysler Sebring.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Chrysler's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hurry to save your Chrysler dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 3 days.
At Ruby Tuesday, the best starts here. From our jumbo lump crab cake, almost all jumbo lump meat, nearly no cake, to our signature triple prime burger, 3 cuts of prime steak, ground fresh. Our best, your pleasure. Ruby Tuesday.
Oh my God. On January 1st, the extinction is coming.
I'm gonna put an end to this.
On DVD and Blu-ray High Def, January 1st.
They use it to shoot the game. They use it to broadcast the game. They use it to produce the game.
The main man on the field today is Peyton Manning.
So why wouldn't you use it to watch the game?
It's Peyton Manning.
Nice Sony. Scoot over a bit, will you?
Nothing compares to a Sony Bravia HD TV, because high definition is in our DNA.
Anybody got any chips?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by E-Trade. It's easy. It's extraordinary. It's E-Trade.
Well, Holmes takes it 59 yards for the touchdown. That's now 3 touchdowns into 2 games against the Ravens this year for Holmes, who was on the receiving end of Troy Smith's first ever college completion. Wow. Old teammates at Ohio State. Holmes, in fact, took that first completion of Smith's Buckeye career for a touchdown against Cincinnati that covered 23 yards. But it's a 91-yard drive engineered by Batch and the Steelers. They go for the onside kick, and they have the recovery with Nate Washington. Hold on a minute. They have just gone 91 yards, the longest drive allowed by the Ravens this year. And they get it right back. It certainly looked like the Ravens had no expectation of an onside kick.
No, they did not. And it caught us all by surprise. Good job. Tremendous execution. And you said hold on there. That's right. Myself included. This game is not over now.
Well, Timmons of Pittsburgh made contact with LaRon McClain, and McClain was trying to reach up and grab it. He's still down on the field. The ball was coming to McClain, the fullback. He got bumped by Lawrence Timmons, the rookie from Florida State, and that's why it just went over his head and landed so freely in the arms of Nate Washington.
Yeah, remember, when that onside kick, Jim, it's hit into the ground, so you don't have to let them catch it. They can be in position. You can run right over them as long as it's past 10 yards. It was, and really good playing by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here he is, 37, poised to make the recovery. Timmons reaches in.
He just gets sandwiched.
Yep, with Darling, his teammate, on the other side.
And you go, well, that didn't look too bad. Well, you know, that was slow motion.
Pittsburgh has it at the 44.
Yep, a game, you've really dominated the game all day long. And now all of a sudden you look up with 7 minutes to go and you go, oh my gosh, we got to hang on here.
Gary Russell, the tailback, behind Batch. Little flick over to Davis. Squeezes between both Pittman and Scott. A gain of 8. Tonight on 60 Minutes, the age of mega fires. Why fires have become more powerful than ever before. It's on 60 Minutes, followed by a new episode of The Amazing Race. Cold Case and Shark. It's all coming your way tonight on America's most watched network, CBS. Back in the Baltimore territory with 6.5 to play. It's Russell. Stacked up, backed up by Kelly Gregg. Give him 2 yards. Ed Reed has a little word and a shove for Trey Essex.
I thought we had a boxing referee out there. All right, break it up. Let's go. No punching on the break.
You asked Ed Reed what would it take. As you see, Faneca still stays on the sidelines. What it would take for someone to beat New England come playoff time.
Yeah, it was
60 minutes of discipline.
Discipline. That's right. The way he said it made so much sense too.
Batch. All kinds of time and no flag. Now there is. But it's back where the ball was thrown.
Oh, yes. This could be roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing a passer. 92 defense. Hit the quarterback with the crown on his helmet. 15 yards, first down.
Haloti Ngata with the personal foul penalty. Gets Pittsburgh 15 yards closer.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a problem with that call, do you?
Oh, my gosh. You know, I almost got to see it again because I can't believe it was called. I didn't even see his hands go up near the helmet. Did the top of his helmet hit Charlie Batch? Jim?
Yeah, a little bit, but it wasn't that much force behind it.
I don't think it hit his helmet at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Did it hit Batch's helmet?
Yeah, did he? No.
No. 1st and 10. That ball's tipped, and it still gets over to Davis. You notice Batch is getting excellent time now.
Well, one of the problem areas for the Baltimore Ravens this year, injuries, of course, not being able to pressure the quarterback. What does that do? It allows teams to throw the ball more. It makes the quarterback more accurate. You don't get the sacks. You don't get the fumbles. All the things that have helped you so much in the past.
Ball was tipped by Ngata, who again had that personal foul penalty. The only thing I can think of on that infraction was, did he lead with the crown of his helmet? He did not hit Batch's helmet.
Yeah, that could have been it. That's right, Jim.
Pittsburgh has all 3 timeouts with 5 minutes to play. And that's Washington wiggling free. And Reed makes the tackle, but not until they're at the 15 with another first.
And the Steeler fans.
It's up 12.
Getting excited. You hear that noise. That's not the Ravens fans yelling for the I see the terrible towels. They really about the second time we've seen them waved all day long. These Steeler fans, they travel. It's a tremendous fan base. You gotta love it.
A first down from the 15 with 5 receivers set, empty backfield. Batch, Miller, and thrown down by Grayson with another 8 yards. Again, it's wild card weekend coming up, and we'll see you next Sunday. They have not set the schedule at this point, waiting for these games to go final. This one here, the one in San Diego. Later tonight, of course, that important Tennessee-Indianapolis game. We'll see you next Sunday. A 2nd and 2 with under 4 to play. Batch sidearms it, had his man, and Holmes unable to bring it down.
Oh, and Santonio Holmes limping. He got hit in that left knee. Boy, good job by Charlie Batch throw around the defenders. You got to do it. Much tougher catch as I see it in slow motion. Couldn't get there, but Santonio Holmes on the ground in the end zone.
Oh, boy. And Holmes has had a couple of occasions this year where he's battled injuries. A hamstring injury that kept him out for a game or two, and this is just what you fear when you've got a playoff game next week.
I spoke too soon. I misjudged it. I could not see what happened to him. He started limping. It is his right leg he's limping on, so. As he goes up. Oh, hits that left foot, lands hard on his right knee. Sold out to try to make the catch.
Cedric Wilson will come in for Holmes. And for those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Steelers and Ravens. It's heating up here in the late going. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Baltimore. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety after the game, except on the West Coast. You'll get it out west at its normal time. A 3rd and 2. Batch to the end zone. Reed unable to bring it down this time. And that was well defended. Getting a hand in there was Derek Martin.
Excellent job by Derek Martin. Once the ball is in the air. Oh, he's got a good sight line on it. He puts his hands between the receiver and then fights his way down through it. Nice job by Derek Martin.
Well, a field goal does them no good. They're 13 down with 3:40 to play. 4th and 2 from the 7.
Everything is in play here, Jim. Quarterback draw. They could run it.
Wilson with the catch. What a catch it is, too. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And again, Batch improvised a little bit. He went with the sidearm throw.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful off-balance throw by Charlie Batch. Blitz, they can't pick it up. He knows he's in trouble. Throws it sidearm, and that's going to be a catch. Watch this, sidearm. Perfect spiral, gets his hands under it. Oh, and it never really hits the ground. That is a touchdown.
He caught it on the nose on each end of the football. Great effort. And the Steelers with a couple of touchdowns here in the 4th.
Great throw.
Extra point, good. 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Batch throwing for 123 yards in the quarter alone.
What did we say about 10 minutes ago? Well, the Steelers, that's it. They've mailed it in, and it's over.
Yeah. Kind of felt like it, you know.
Hey, listen, I'm not apologizing for it. It looked like it.
Well, they took Faneca out. All of a sudden, the 91-yard drive, an onside kick. Faneca walking down the sideline saying, do they even need me here?
You know, it's funny. You get in those situations. Here's what happens. The quarterback gets in rhythm, Jim, because you're throwing it on a more consistent basis. Wide receivers now get to do different things to defensive backs and get them a little confused. But maybe most importantly, offensive linemen, just the repetitiveness of passing almost every down, they get good at pass blocking.
Well, we'll tell you this, out west, San Diego's lead is 10 on Oakland, but the Raiders, with 4.5 to play, are in San Diego territory at the Chargers 40. They just got penalized 10 yards. They had it 1st and 10 at the 30. So, you know, they need a touchdown and a recovery and all of that as well. We're going to go with the onside kick this time. Reed drives it all the way to the goal line and figures will down it. Again, Pittsburgh has all 3 of its timeouts.
Plenty of time. I always feel like when you get in situations like this, it takes a tremendous offensive line. It's one way to run the football. I think as you watch Mike Tomlin, they're saying that he caught the football in the field of play.
They want a safety. Is that what they want?
I think they do. And it was close. And I thought he does get into the end zone. He's on the end zone. It's in the end zone. The football is across the line. It is so close. And if you're the returner, don't play it so close to the line. Coach Tomlin, he talked about it.
If he's got this big a beef, why don't you go ahead and challenge it? This is one of these situations that you see about once every 3 or 4 years, you know, where that it had the momentum that carried them on into the end zone.
Of a touchback.
Yes.
Since it involves a goal line and a possible score, it is reviewable.
It is reviewable.
Yes. Happened many years ago. I remember when they changed the rule. It was maybe the last game of the year. The Buffalo Bills were playing the Seattle Seahawks in a driving rainstorm. Catches the football once he gets possession. His body, his foot is in the end zone. The ball looks like it is across the plane. What do you think, Jim? I think it's a
touchback.
I think it's a touchback. As I watch it the last couple times, I feel pretty confident in my decision. Do you remember that game? I think Doug Flutie was the quarterback at the time for the Buffalo Bills. And, of course, I can't remember the participants.
So the challenge by Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, out west, the Raiders, again, had it in San Diego territory, and they went for it on 4th and 2, ran it with Rhodes, and he was stuffed. The ball goes back over to the Chargers with 3 minutes to play, and San Diego up 10. I'd like to be hearing Mike Tomlin right now with those updates that are coming in, you know, and given this late rally.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is a touchback. Before there is possession of a football, a player must come down with 2 feet. His first foot is on the goal line, and his second foot is in the end zone. By rule, that's a touchback.
Good challenge by Mike Tomlin. Game on the line, even though it cost him a timeout. Think if it was, and to the eye, when you first see it, it was close. But as you, of course, the replay slowing it down, much easier to make that decision.
And Jerry Austin, as always, so calmly and with good leadership, bringing some sense to it all. And the game will resume at the 20, and Pittsburgh charged with a timeout. Musa Smith has come back for the Ravens. Scudder's got moved, waiting for something to crack open, and we'll pick up a couple, maybe 3. For a minute, maybe the ball had.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was watching the Steelers sideline, their reaction. You know, I was going to say before that touchback, this is a situation where your offensive line, do you rely on them or do you rely on the coach? Does the coach have a play to get, they call it the 4-minute offense, it's to run the game, not to score twice, which a lot of people think it is, but something different where you can get somebody wide open for a short gain, they can run for the first down.
It's for the second option and has it.
And there it was.
Throwing, yes, with the completion to Justin Green.
What a job by Troy Smith. He looked to the single receiver side. He made his mind up before the snap. He was covered. He turned and went to the other side. Watch him look right. No. Turn around. Makes a nice throw to the back in the flat. Gets a first down. Maybe that's the play that wins the game.
And a clock running at 2:20.
Yes. We've had excellent quarterback play today in this game by 2 guys that are backups.
And Harrison, who had been in the face of Troy Smith on that last throw, gets the tackle for a loss and a timeout before the 2-minute warning. That loses 3.
I wouldn't have called it. It's 4 seconds, so you use the timeout to save 4 seconds. I know the 2-minute warning's coming. Use the timeout on the other side where you can control it with your play calling, and you can throw it or do something in the field of play and then save 20 or 30 seconds with the timeout.
We talked to Mike Tomlin here again in his first year last night about, you know, what he's learned through this first season. And he said he feels like though he is a better coach now than he was September the 1st. The game management and how to really delegate your time, you know, on the sidelines.
Yes.
And communicating with officials. How to be able to maybe even borrow a little, steal some time to go back and talk to some players when they're coming off the field.
And coach, yeah. So, you know, not all. I'm so focused on the field, I forget to coach my guys every once in a while. So he's learned to do that, and I can't wait. If we do their playoff game next week, we'll bring up this 2:04 timeout just to see what he thinks about it.
So 2:04 and 2nd and 13. Look at this. Go with a short pass. And pile driven back by James Ferrier is Musa Smith. No gain at the 2-minute warning.
I could hardly believe it when I heard the news today. I had to come and get it straight from you. Tell me, how am I supposed to live?
Overpriced brokers everywhere are getting their hearts broken because their customers are switching to E-Trade, where $50,000 get you professional investment advice, and trades are just $6.99 to $9.99. It's easy. It's extraordinary. It's E-Trade.
Oh, hey, Coach! Those guys just took off with all your cold, refreshing Coors Light. Who do they think they are?
They are who we thought they were.
They are who you thought they were? Well, who do you think they were?
They are who we thought they were.
Okay. Well, if you knew who they were, why didn't you stop them?
We let them off the hook.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach, those guys that took your Coors Light, they went that way.
Those guys are toast.
Mom, can we go sit at the kids' table?
Go ahead.
Go keep an eye on them.
It's kind of empty in here. Yeah.
The all-new 2008 Chrysler Town & Country.
Anyone for dessert?
Everything you want in a minivan. Everything. Chrysler, engineered beautifully.
I like win or go home. Nah, do or die sounds better. Go home sounds nice. It's like, I blew the playoffs. All right, see you guys later. See you at minicamp. Peace.
The countdown is on in Iowa. The caucuses, the first vote that counts. Katie Couric is live from Des Moines. Campaign 08 coverage begins Wednesday on the CBS Evening News.
Came up, and Jaden Ogden is Jonathan Ogden might be out on the field for the last time of a very distinguished career.
Yeah, that son was a big boy.
Strong. Does that surprise you?
No.
Strongly hinting at retirement. The 11 consecutive year Pro Bowler trying to throw a block here on 3rd down, and the Steelers will be getting the football here with 1:52 to go and another timeout used.
Yeah, that was a good play call by the Baltimore Ravens. You've got to make the Steelers use this last timeout because they need a touchdown to win it. And that clock moves fast when you have no timeouts.
And again tonight on CBS 60 Minutes, the age of mega fires and why fires have become more powerful than ever before. You see that special report. New episode of Amazing Race. They're down to 5 teams. Plus Cold Case and Shark. It's all tonight on America's Most Watched Network. By Cook. Oh, and this is going to work out well. That's Derek Martin just applauding the effort.
Don't touch it.
57 yards. Let's see what the Steelers can come up with. Charging back from a 27-7 deficit. And Charlie Batch. 2 touchdown passes in the quarter. And no timeouts. Holmes is back out there. Great news for the Steeler Nation. Big blitz. Steps aside. Releases it incomplete.
In the pocket. That's going to be...
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be a penalty. Intentional grounding. No receiver and in the pocket.
Intentional grounding.
And a loss of down.
Intentional grounding. Number 16 on the offense. At the spot of the pass, the down counts. Second down.
If you're in the pocket, under duress, and you throw the football down the field with nobody even remotely close to it, show me the receiver, nobody there, that's intentional grounding.
Backs him up to the 2. All right, Mr. Batch, your assignment, take your team 98 yards with no timeouts in 91 seconds.
Got him.
Uncorks a long one and defended and knocked away by Landry.
Oh, he had him.
Nate Washington was a receiver.
Yes, Nate Washington come across the field. Charlie Batts needed to throw it a little more on the line and lead him across the field more. And Nate Washington's going to get it to about the 45-yard line. He threw it upfield too much and a little too soft, and the Ravens defense can make the play.
For what it's
if he gets it over in here, he's going to run to it more flat, and Landry is not going to be able to make that play on it.
A 3rd and 19. And there's the catch out at the 30-yard line. What a throw. And Santonio Holmes.
What a recovery.
28 yards and a first.
That's good news for Steeler fans. Ed Reed comes up limping. What a throw by Charlie Batch. That was one of the throws when he was warming up before the game today. He threw this type of throw about 5 or 6 times, and they all look just like this.
Lasers.
Smooth, on the line,
yep.
Perfect placement.
My goodness, did this suddenly get exciting?
Look at the Steeler fans.
With 1:15 and a first down. Batch. Again, way down the field, and he's intercepted. Second pick of the game for David Pittman. And that will do it. They were looking for Santonio Holmes. Batch had a large running alley. Should he had he elected to take it?
I don't think he ever saw the defender in front of the receiver. He locked into the deep guy. I couldn't tell who it was. Was it Santonio Holmes across the field? Again, it's the same play they ran before, Jim, but to the other side. And that time the Ravens sitting back waiting.
David Pittman out of Northwestern State, second-year player with a second interception of the game. And the stench of that 9-game losing streak has just about left the building.
That's a good word for it, too. It's a stinking odor for a professional team.
The longest in Raven history about to come to an end, and Ogden will be able to close out his career on the field. This means Jacksonville will indeed be at Pittsburgh next weekend, and it'll put either Tennessee or Cleveland at San Diego. And you saw Ogden on the sideline holding his son. I think that pretty much tipped his hand.
Wow.
You know that this is going to,
well, he said
in all likelihood, he said going to give him 30 days.
Yes. A lot can change when you get away, get rested up.
Well, the schedule is out. And Jacksonville, Pittsburgh would be next Saturday night. We'll have Tennessee or Cleveland against San Diego on CBS. This just released by the league. So Brian Billick's season ends at 5-11. Tennessee goes in at 10-6 after the AFC North champs lose here today. James Brown in New York will send it to you. Happy New Year to all of you in the studio.
All right, Jim, thank you so very much. And we're going to take it to the contest tied up between Kansas City and the New York Jets, all knotted at 10. 23 seconds left in regulation. Let's join the announcers. Ian Eagle and Solomon Wilcox at the Meadowlands.
That's their third and final timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
23 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter. Jets have just used their final timeout. New York and Kansas City tied at 10. The Jets 3-12. The Chiefs 4-11. And in many ways prolonging the agony in what has been a long season for both of these teams.
The Jets beat Kansas City to the punch after that third down using a timeout. They could have had the clock stop and still one timeout left as they look to take possession of the ball.
One of the Jets' victories this season did come in overtime against the Pittsburgh Steelers as Colquitt punts it. Leon Washington, he lets it bounce. It'll settle in at the 14-yard line with just 10 seconds remaining on the clock. A reminder that 60 Minutes is coming up here on CBS, except on the West Coast. The Jets and the Chiefs deadlocked at 10. 60-yard punt for Colquitt. And it looks like we're headed to overtime. Draft order at stake.
Well, you know, Eric Mangini's not thinking it. He wants to win. Herm Edwards, he wants to win.
The fans?
Fans want the draft pick.
Exactly.
Understanding one more win doesn't change anything.
You know, different priorities for different parties. That's how it works.
That's right.
So Clemens takes a knee, and that'll do it for regulation. Well, I'm not sure anybody showed up here today
Immediately at midfield.
thinking that they were going to get bonus football with the Jets and Chiefs, as this regular season just will not end.
Yeah, they both wanted to come to an end. They both wanted to end on a high note. When we talked to the players on both sides, that's the one thing they talked about. Look at the fans.
I think we have now shown officially every fan in this stadium at some point tonight.
Yeah, I think you know half of them. Right?
Well, that was Bob.
Not that many. Yeah,
he's a good guy.
There you go.
Here's the coin toss. Larry Nemmer's in his final regular season game as a referee.
In the overtime, the first team to score wins. All rules and timing of the fourth quarter apply. Each team gets 2 timeouts. All replays will be handled by the booth in the press box. Tails and heads. Tails is called. It's heads. The Jets have won the toss. They will receive.
So the Jets will have the football first in overtime when we come back. Jets and Chiefs tied at 10.
The game is on the line. The pressure's on. Here's the situation. You've got 2 children. College tuition is in sight. Retirement is breathing down your neck.
Who do you go to in the clutch? Over 65 million customers rely on us when their money is on the line. Insurance, investments, retirement. AIG, the strength to be there.
What's behind the grill is what matters most. For those who want it more, there's professional grade.
Coming Coming up tonight on CBS 60 Minutes, the age of mega fires, why fires have become more powerful than ever before, plus the geeks to the rescue in setting up your new electronics. That'll be followed by a new episode of The Amazing Race, plus Cold Case and Shark tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. John Carney will kick it off. Leon Washington is deep along with Brad Smith for New York. First overtime game for Kansas City this season. Jets are 1-1. 10-10, Jets and Chiefs. Wrapping up the 2007 regular season. Leon Washington from the 9. And Washington unable to break to the clear as he takes it just short of the 30-yard line. Ke'Aaron Fox with the stop. Well, how did we get to this point? It's not a very long story. Shovel pass. Clemens to Jones. First points of the day. A touchdown for the Jets. Carney, field goal for Kansas City to make it 7-3. Mike Nugent, field goal for the Jets to make it 10-3. And then up top, Croyle to Webb. We're tied at 10. Jets 282 yards of offense. Kansas City 219 yards of offense. Play fake. Clemens to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Kowalewski. And Napoleon Harris in coverage. Tight coverage, the linebacker.
I thought Kellen Clemens could have thrown a much better ball there. That's one where you got to expect the receiver to just throttle down and just die it right in the hole. There was room to get the ball, but he tried to throw it front side where the coverage is. He had no chance of completing that pass.
Clemens 2-5 as the starter this season in his second year from Oregon. Second round pick in 2006. On a handoff. And Thomas Jones stumbling forward for a 9-yard gain. Won't be enough for a first down, but will set up 3rd and 1 for the Jets.
I don't know how he does it. Watch how he makes defenders miss right in the hole. See how he's able to make Pollard miss. Pollard had him dead to right in the hole, and he made him whip.
And they'll push the pile to keep this drive going. New set of downs for the Jets to work with. Needed a yard. They came up with 2. Just underway in overtime. Kellen Clemens didn't play last week. Trying to get Mike Nugent into field goal range. Pennington got the start because of an injured rib and shoulder to Clemens. Jets lost in Tennessee 10-6. Pennington put up, as he usually does, solid numbers. Clemens throwing. And hauled in by Cotchery. Working against Ty Law. It's a 13-yard pass play.
Well, this is an opportunity for Kellen Clemens to place his stamp on this football team. Sure, his teammates respond well to him. They like him. And he's been mentored by Chad Pennington. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to win football games.
Line of scrimmage is now the Kansas City 45. Jones gets the call. Hall opened up. And Jones sidestepping some tacklers for extra yardage. Good block from Nick Mangold. And Jones turns it into a 9-yard gain.
Inching closer to field goal range. Thomas Jones, his ability to break tackles, manufacture yards. They need to hit that 27-yard line. So maybe about another 10 yards of offense.
And Clemens doing it himself. And he's got a first down. 3-yard gain for the Jets out across the 35-yard line of Kansas City.
Clemens making the plays as Chad Pennington looks on. I got to tell you, I'm not so quick to say Chad will not be back with this team. And I know there's salary cap ramifications. Yeah, you're trying to improve. You're trying to turn the team over to Kellen Clemens. But what if he gets hurt week 1? What if he gets hurt in training camp? I still think Chad Pennington is a viable option to have at quarterback for your football team.
On first down, draw play to Jones through the hole. And Thomas Jones coming alive in overtime. It's been a quiet day for Jones for the most part. But now we have seen Jones on 3 runs of 9 yards or more in OT.
He is exceptional and excellent at running in between the tackles. Look at that, breaking tackles, dragging defenders ever so closer to a point where you need to get into field goal range. Now inside of the 27-yard line.
Yeah, right now they're looking at a 42-yard attempt for Nugent. They can get him even closer with some success here. It's Jones dancing. Thomas Jones showing off the moves on a twirl. Bernard Pollard in there for Kansas City. It's a 1-yard gain and a well-earned yard.
He is so valuable to this offense because there was penetration galore in the back